We got us a boomer! Alright,
Hey,
we're live now. I still have a picture of Jeremy Wade hugging a fish woman in the background, by the way. That's not moving.
Shorts.
Coming up soon, I'm gonna also redesign this set to be a little bit different. And I suppose I should also grab for you the link so you can spread it to where you want it.
Heck yeah, please.
Throw it in your storyboard so you can have more people hang on to your every fucking word.
Exactly. I'm going to have the masses just on edge the entire time.
It's a wonderful. What Lenny wants to play Halo now?
Halo.
I suppose I should also get access to this. We need to move up that big super mega roll for him as well. And of course, I have more stuff to do, but I suppose since we have started, ladies, gentlemen, all those in between, this is Smoothrock, writer of many things, including a lot of smut.
Yes.
Hello. Welcome. I am the one who makes you edge.
Yes. Just a little bit of an accolade. Let's go through your full list here.
Oh God.
You are the author of We All Live Together, Return the Monkey, Blackthorn, Lean on Me, Double Dutch, a shit ton of smut, and co-author of Barrel Mouses.
Accurate.
Real and true.
Real
True
and true.
American
Indeed.
patriots.
But yeah, so I've just been here for, God, I guess like the past 3.5, 4 months now in Snoot. Just writing as much as I want to, because why the hell not? No one else was doing the story I wanted, so I decided, fuck it, time to do it myself.
An admirable thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I started doing. That's why I started doing my thing, and then stopped because other people started catching on to what I wanted, I guess.
Yeah, and
Nice.
for me,
Expanding on beyond just this is a high school setting. No, there's more stuff you can do with Volcadera.
yeah.
True. Which is why I decided, hey, what if I just gave the main character an obsession with being in the gym? And maybe he was a bit more mentally stable? Who knows? Let's see what happens.
Maybe he'll be a happier person.
That's debatable.
I mean, we all know that people go to the gym to quell their mental demons. As you can also
Admittedly-
see, the Christmas tree is still up because it's not the new year.
Oh,
Yes.
God, don't attack me like that. My Christmas tree is still up in my own house.
I'm not attacking you. I'm doing the same thing here. I just didn't want to make a new set. I have to prepare for the new season that's in the new year, obviously.
Yeah, I'm the kind of person who will leave my Christmas decorations up until probably someone mentions it to me and just goes, hey, why is that tree still in the corner? And I'll just go, I'm too lazy to put it up. That's why.
I mean, I don't de-decorate the tree. I just grab the tree and throw it in a closet.
You see, I would do that, but at the moment, I now have niece and nephew decorations on there that if I broke, I'm pretty sure my wife would actually get upset. So, we'll refrain from doing that for now. God, though, I wish I couldn't.
I'm ready to deploy Christmas at any time, frankly. I just open my closet door, grab the tree, and throw it in the living room. Problem solved. Or,
I have a closet full of Halloween decorations. I feel the same way.
or something my dad taught me to do. He gave me a plastic tree when I moved into my house, and he's just like put lights on that and ornaments, and then just leave the tree out all year, and take whatever off. So there's just it's a fake palm tree thing, you know?
Right. So my neighbors have a similar power move where they've put, you know, those fancy color changing lights that are going through apps that you just kind of string along the outside of your house,
Yep.
on the underside of your gutter and whatnot. My neighbors have done a power move where they just have that up year round and just change the colors depending on the season. 4th of July, red and blue. Halloween, orange, and then Christmas time, just red, green, and whatever else ensemble they just spew out. Honestly, they change the color for Christmas. It feels like every goddamn year.
Yeah, I mean, my dad also keeps lights in his backyard. Maybe that's just what happens when you start getting older. Is you just like, I want lights everywhere, except it's all incandescent bulbs across his backyard. And
Okay, so
he has a big D attached to our garage, or attached to his garage, I should say.
a
That's
big
neon lights.
wait, a big D, like the letter D.
Yep.
What does that mean?
It's the last initial.
Okay, all right, that's actually kind of baller. I will admit.
He is the big D.
Ah, Big Dad. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. That's some real big D energy.
Big Daddy energy. He's just got to put on a little scuba diver helmet, get a drill. He can be a good cosplayer, couldn't he?
Yeah, I guess. I don't think he'd go for cosplay.
Yeah, one time my dad found an anime I was watching. I was like, God, 10 years old, and his exact words were, "What the fuck are you watching?" And it was, I think it was like, God, I don't even know what it was at this point.
It was probably
Cowboy
fucking
Bebop?
Dragon Ball.
Jesus.
Something.
Yeah, probably.
Something fucking normie-ish.
Yeah, yep. Honestly,
Anime
let's
was
be honest.
incomprehensible at that point, so to the Western palate.
Oh yeah, it was something on Toonami or something very much watered down and easy to digest. And still, my dad's like, "What the fuck are you watching, man? You're 10 years old. Go do something else." And all I could think of is, "I like this show though."
I remember watching
But yes,
Inuyasha when I was far
minus
too
the,
young.
yeah, minus the not even childhood trauma. Yeah, so we're here because apparently people like to read my stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I gotta say, wild concept, and to anybody who is actually reading my stuff, thank you. But I don't know how to really respond to that, honestly. I'll be completely honest. Imposter syndrome's a thing.
It's not made for you. It's made because he wants to make.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Just because
So-
your tastes line up doesn't mean it's for you.
Also true. What really got me to actually start writing in the first place, I'll be completely real. I was pretty overweight this time last year. Not really healthy, and I decided to stop that and go to the gym. And then 8 months later, I'm like watching Snoot stuff happen. Beat that first game, beat Wani, watch and other people play it too for a little bit. Get into the fan fiction side. Get really into the fan fiction side. Jesus Christ. And eventually I found out, oh hey, what if like dude just went to a gym? And yeah, here we are. Then I meet other people, and it's like, oh hey, these people are kind of fun to hang out with. And then it's like, huh, I guess seriously, Oates is a pretty funny guy to watch sometimes. Like,
Oh,
what interview
stop
was
at
it?
you.
no, it was pretty fun. I'm just gonna say it was pretty fun. What was the interview I first saw? I think maybe it was like Shuhan's interview I first saw that made me kind of go, this is fun.
That's ancient by the standard now. That's the
Holy Bacaldi.
third one.
Yeah.
What? Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's an oldie but goldie. It's one of my favorite interviews we've done.
I like just listening to people who can go on long autistic tirades, like Sarge or Starman Super. If he joins the chat, he's gonna kill me. By the way, for saying that.
What, for calling out the truth?
Yeah, Starman.
Yeah.
Sarge comes from a place of understanding.
Yeah, you've had Sarge on twice now, right? I mean, God, he knows what the drill is.
Yeah, well, better than no. The format changed since the first time,
Oh, well, fair enough.
somewhat. And also, there were like other people to join in because of our rule. Which I mean, you see, like there's a new set of like a second set of rules.
Oh, yeah.
You
I
see
saw
that. But just from the beginning, the rule is, if you've been on before, you can come back on to talk to other people if you have something to add.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've had this entire thing going on in my head right now where if Shuhan did go live again, I would completely come in and crash it because it's kind of fun to do that in the first place.
I mean,
But if it was my...
I'm fully transparent. Once Magic Man does more, I'm going to have him back too.
Hell yeah, there you go. Well, I will say Magic Man is cooking up something right now, if I remember right. It's called Raptor Love.
I'm quite aware of what he's cooking up.
Oh yeah, yeah. Him and his obsession with the Raptor
Victoria.
women is. Yeah, yeah.
Raptor
yeah.
Mania is going around, it seems. It's
Yes.
really the new Jungle Fever.
Yes, you're
This
speaking
entire
of
genre
somebody
is
who
Jungle
has
Fever.
that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm just. You have entire channels on your server, my guy, all about just specific women. Just let's see, what is it? There's Stego posting, there's Raptor posting, and then you have this slander where it's called, I guess, sin to post about parasaurs, post about about triceratops. My God, the slander is real.
Actually, that's print, so therefore it's libel, and what you've just said has been rendered invalid.
Oh, for God's sake.
I have you on a technicality, the best sort of thing to have somebody on.
Okay. I guess we're going to be very, very literal. It's also just called trigger posting. You slur-enabling maniac.
Hey, yellow trigger posting is a separate category too.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to engage in this. I'm just going to walk away and be the better man here. That's all it is. Yeah, totally, differently.
No, this is a great place to die.
Oh boy, this is going to go downhill from here.
Is
But
it?
a Rolling Stone gets no moss. Ha ha.
Haha, he's quoting the game. I
Got him.
spent just, remember, whenever you go over 30 minutes on something, it becomes truthful instead of being ironic.
Jesus Christ, yes.
And apparently it's like I can not hide a veil of irony for a lot of things anymore because I've spent too much time with them.
Yeah, no, that's believable. Once you're neck deep into something, basically just be that an argument on one of the servers, or I guess believing that Stella's a good character. The irony becomes a bit too muddled and becomes truth again.
I'm gonna need to run that one back.
I've made a list. I've checked it twice, and I'm sorry to say she's not that nice.
But alright, so let me set a scene for you. French accent, drunk and crying. Hot. That's all.
Being pushed up against the wall, even better. I've written the smut. I know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
You know, it's actually hard to find flaw in that logic.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a commissioned artist. I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Oh,
Being
Christ.
stabbed.
Okay, no, I have not had that. Wait, for real? You've been stabbed before?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta clarify. Did you stab yourself with a tool by accident, or did somebody actually shank you?
Yeah, both.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't think I've noticed this before. Wow, that sucks.
I mean, I use my powers as a masochist simply, too often. It was kind of hot. Not gonna lie.
You know what? Like, I joke about this shit. I just say the most off-kilter things sometimes, but my guy, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you actually
yeah,
okay?
I'm okay. I survived.
Oh, well, the bar is low, isn't it?
How else could you jump over it?
Okay. Well, besides that, how are y'all doing today? Because
Oh,
it's
I'm-
like post-Christmas. We're
Yeah.
almost at New Year's.
Yeah.
How did we survive?
That's right.
It's
Well,
okay, I guess. The last week and next week they've rolled back hours just because of the holidays. Half
that actually
weeks.
sucks.
Yeah, that sucks because I need money.
Yeah, legitimately. That's ooh, wow, crap. All right.
Yeah,
Can you find like
it'll
off
it'll
the
be
fly,
back to
off the
normal.
cuff stuff elsewhere?
I'm a plumber, so I mean I could do side work if I really wanted to. If I'm really hurting.
Yeah, freelance stuff. I imagine there's always like some kind of frozen pipe somewhere someone wants you to replace or take a look at or something.
Somebody always wants me to replace their sink or water heater.
Yeah, the water heater bit's a bit more troublesome.
Yeah, you're supposed to pull a permit for those, by the way.
Yeah. Also, there's I guess like I had somebody take a look at my water heater one time just because it was like -10 at one point, and I don't know, there was some kind of door-to-door salesman crap going on. the dude was saying, "Hey, if the water heater is over 12 years old, you should look at replacing it." And I just went, "It's 4 years old. It came with the house. I'm good, thanks. You can leave now." And
12 years is about the life cycle of a warranty. They can last quite a little bit longer.
yeah, I kind
You'll
of
have
thought
those
so.
last for 20 years. If you make sure you replace the anode, like the sacrificial anode, it'll last longer. Well, that's like
Yeah.
maintenance stuff. Yeah. No, it's just like a piece of copper, some sort of electrically charged metal or negative metal, and you pull it out and you put in a new one because it's positively charged because it shoots off. All of the corrosion comes from that anode. And
Well,
goes elsewhere.
doesn't it also have to deal with like whatever like heavy waters or corrosive waters might be part of like a city system? Like let's say,
Yeah, that's what that's for. It's so that disintegrates instead of your piping system,
right?
or inside
Yeah,
the wall of the water heater.
yeah. My place has a lot of calcium in the water. Not sure why. Not sure honestly why that's a thing.
You could probably
But
use a
then
water
maybe
softener.
3 hours south of here, it just has a bunch of iron in the water, out in the middle of the deltas and the floodplains. So water filters are.
quality's widely. Water quality varies widely across the United States.
Oh yeah.
Even
Oh,
like
yeah.
close proximity. Like I live in a place where there's all sorts of just random lead in the water because it's an old town that hasn't been had the piping replaced yet. People literally call it Junktown. I live in Junktown, and then like the next city over, water is pure and fucking holy. I guess their water treatment's better.
Holy
But-
water. Man, that's good. You're not gonna have any kind of problems with vampires anytime soon.
Not in that town, no. They all congregate in Junktown, obviously. Easy victims. That's why I keep silver bullets in my 32.
Yeah, that's entirely reasonable. Yes, have silver bullets to fight back the holy water, the corrosive water, and the vampires.
Yeah. You just dangle in your sink. Or you could do the more reasonable thing and just get a reverse osmosis filter, which takes out everything from the water.
Man, what a weird topic to get onto for this interview.
Well, I happen to be a plumber, so I have at least some knowledge in a lot of these things.
Oh god, I love this shit.
I've
I
been covered in sticky substances beyond God's knowledge.
I do not doubt that. So I'm going to do a weird thing and try not to dox myself. I have a family member who is a water sanitation expert at the local sanitation facility for our systems, and I fondly call him a poo scientist because he takes care of the bacteria and the bacteria cultures and research to make sure that organic waste breaks down properly within our sewage systems. So every other month, it's like, well, people certainly aren't eating healthy this season, I can tell. And it's like, okay, man, that's a rare bit of insight. I don't think anyone really wanted to know. Thanks, you.
I've been in one of those plants before. One of those wastewater plants. They suck.
They smell.
Absolutely terrible. Yeah, well, if you'd believe it, somebody managed to flush like a Subway bread tin. As in, it's one of the tins that Subway uses to make their loaves of bread, and it came up through the fucking pellet machine.
Motherfucker.
You know, with all the
What?
shredded shit and corn. Yeah, it came up and landed in the trash can.
How?
I don't fucking know. It was in the sewer, and it came up.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I guess he could have thrown it down a suit like a manhole, technically.
I'm just trying to imagine this. I'm really struggling to visualize how this could have happened. And at the same time, I'm just not trying to be disgusted by the imagery as well. Holy Christ.
It smells worse than it looks.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's just everyone's sewage mixed together and then blocked up by that.
Not blocked anymore, mind you.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, just we were doing a water line in the building, adding water lines and air lines. I just hear crunch, 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 and crackling, and out comes this fucking bread tin.
Okay. All right, so I have to do a side tangent. Okay, so I know that you are a labor professional. I know that Meister T is a labor professional. I think I know at least like one or two other dudes in Snoot in general are labor professionals.
Famous
Sierra,
engineer.
are you one of those, or are you like in the white collar worker like I am?
I am the unemployed shill.
Ah, gotcha. Kudos. You're fighting against the machine. Gotcha.
That's a good way to put it.
Oh, Christ alive.
Fight the power, man!
Yeah, fight the power. Take it back.
Fight.
Man, I want to see Sierra just like living in a tent down by the river somewhere. That's what I want to see nowadays. Just catching raccoons, breaking their backs, sucking out the marrow. That's what I want. I want that to be reality now.
My straight hobo arc.
We already have somebody on Hobo Ark in here. That's Iggy.
Well, I guess we have to fight to the death over can of tuna now.
Bum fights. New collection of bum fights, that means. Have you ever seen those VHS tapes for bum fights? Random, like,
No.
They used to make, like, car films and, like, skater culture films, and then some guy's like, alright, here's Bum Fight 6.
Also, are you old enough to recognize what VHS tapes are?
Yes, I have the VCR on my table right now.
Okay, well, I can hear the pounding, so that definitely verifies it without my eyes being there. Yeah, sure, that's not something else you're just beating to death. Totally, man. I get you.
I can show you what we're dealing with here. Let me grab my camera and turn it on.
You're going to destroy my sarcasm if you do this. This is not okay. Come on. Let me have this.
No, I have a VCR right
Oh,
here.
for God's sake. All right. Well, for those of us on the YouTube channel, yeah, my man is showing us an old VCR tape that I remember having when I was a wee lad, whenever those things were the height of technology.
Actually, they were never the height of technology. They were just cheaper than Betamax.
I mean, laser discs were a thing too once upon a time.
Yeah, they were just expensive. That's what technology boils down to. Is it
Oh yeah,
economic to use?
Yeah. I remember. God, I remember in high school when the iPad came out, and people were just killing each other to get those things. The first generation iPad, those things that were just not really well built. Let's be honest, not really well built.
My mom had one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a Kindle. I will say. So.
You read off of that?
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of nice. I will say, like once I've gotten older, once you hit.
Better than an LED to have the digital ink.
Honestly, yeah, it's better for the eyes. I mean, I can just sit in bed, not have to worry about blue light like ruining my sleep schedule. And gotta say, it's actually just relaxing to have. I mean, once you hit 30, shit goes south. You look for the little creature comforts, and a Kindle is that.
Or I mean, you could be like me and just have a yellow light filter or a blue light filter in your glasses.
You see, I had 20/20 vision. I don't need glasses yet, man. Thanks for the offer, though.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm just kind of blind, and I've been for a lot of my life.
Well, actually, my wife is legally blind, so I can't really say anything. I feel like if I keep saying that, she's going to come around the corner and just, like, rip my internet out of the wall.
I'm going to hear just you get hit really hard.
Honestly, yeah, she joked about coming on the corner and say, I'm real. I actually exist. He's not talking shit, and just leave. She threatened me with that.
Fucking power move.
Look at this loser. He has a fucking wife.
I know. We have a house. God, I'm fucking awful.
Hey, I have one of those.
Yeah. But, God, what? I don't even know what I was going to talk about before this entire, like, hobo/VHS argument happened, honestly. I'm dead.
That's how it happens. That's our format, is just total confusion. That's the format.
Welcome to our interview show, where it usually takes me 3 hours to get to my questions. Guess what, fuckers? The questions are dead. Long-lived random yap.
I mean, you also made receiver. Oh god, I mean, I did see the entirety of like the devlog demo happen on one of these interviews. That was hilarious.
Padding for runtime, yeah.
Yeah, that was like a freaking 5-hour interview at that point.
6 hours in total.
How do you not die?
What do you mean? How do I not die? I'm just used to talking to people for a long time.
Okay, so
Communication is key to not die on job site for my trade.
I mean, yeah. Do you smell methane gas? No? Cool. I guess I'm living now.
Hey, there's some shit fucking leaking in here. It's filling up fast. Pull me out.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, what was I even going to say? God damn it. I'm just okay. Yeah, devlog. Thank you, Christ, my brain. So watching that happen, I had just like this instinctual fear you guys going to make me read one of my fics on live, and I was just going to be just auto banned because of mature guidelines. So thanks for not doing that.
It's not for. I mean, it's marked not for kids. They could still have them.
Oh. Saying that now, alright, I'm gonna get Double Dutch. You're gonna read that at the end. It's time for the Rizmaster Supremes to get their fucking attention.
Oh, double Dutch? Oh, thank God. That one's easy. Jesus.
I don't know if you've seen all of them, but yeah, no, we'll skirt the line every now and then. Hell, we have probably one of the most prolific writers to ever exist next week, this coming week, Thursday.
Oh, who's that?
Lanny Goobob.
Ooh, that'll be interesting.
We caught the biggest fish there is, boys.
Yeah,
Get ready.
I'm a master angler. Jeremy Wadeson would be impressed with me, I think.
Wait, what else has Lanny written, actually? I'm trying to think about that.
What hasn't he written?
A Promise of a Lifetime?
I suppose.
Tory Game? Porcelain Doll?
Yep.
I'm just saying the truth at this point.
Yeah?
If there's a fic you can think of, he is the actual writer.
Yeah.
You all are just hats.
Everybody else is a fraud.
Laney wrote None in the Chamber. That's what it is.
Yep.
Yep.
Laney wrote Bodhisattva. That's what it is.
Yep.
Now you're getting it. Lanny also, he's actually the lead tech for Project Moon as well. That's why he's always trying to sell us for Olympus Company.
Okay, that's actually pretty tight. I did not know that. Damn. What was it? I made a joke, I think, that fell flat in one of these channels. I think it was Toad's channel. Although, also, hi Toad, thanks for joining. It was something about how this fic, Skin Row Romance, it was well done. I really like reading it. Have you all heard of that or know the premise of it?
I have heard of it, yes.
Nope.
Post E2 Snoot Game fic, where there's a random character who is essentially just Harry Dubois from Disco Elysium, with all the mental illnesses in check too. Quite nice, quite fun. Then he just hasn't uploaded anything in months, and I just went, oh, I guess he got ghosted by his Russian government, and it's like, no, actually, he's just been drawn into another project. Quit saying that, and it's just fun to keep saying now. Just keep slandering. That's all the lessons I've learned is just keep slandering, and someone will eventually just believe you.
Yes.
At some point, I must be believed for being the true herald of supremacy that I am. Sorry, there's something going on in the background. Alright, we'll be fine. We're not.
I can't tell, chat. Is this guy actually having problems, or is he just trying to deflect me from talking anymore? Who knows?
Keep going. Keep going.
Okay, so why did I get commissioned to write smut in the first place? Who fucking knows? But it all started when somebody said, I want to see your character pound a trigger into dirt. And I said, okay, pay me. And they threw $35 at me. So since then, it happened, and now I am now a commissioned artist, and I bought my wife a Christmas present with smut money.
This year's holiday is powered by porn.
Dude, everything's powered by porn. Jesus Christ.
That's
you
how
think about it.
That's how Blender evolved. People really wanted porn of BioShock.
I mean, actually, yeah, you're right. Jesus, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's where like the revolution in those animations came from, was BioShock. Not Overwatch, it was BioShock.
Isn't that why Overwatch is still popular? It's just
Mhm.
because they have a massive a massive field of porn that's way more watched than the actual game at this point.
Yep. They know how to design a character, I guess, visually.
Yeah, and then what is it like Source Filmmaker? That's where everyone goes to like just source their gooning habits.
Mm-hmm.
I remember playing Overwatch when it first came out, and then I said I don't like loot boxes, and then 3 months later it's like, wait, why is there still porn of this? Why is there really a lot of porn of this game?
Most of it's not even that well made, frankly.
Yeah. God, what's that game Randy Pitchford made that he tried to tweet about porn on Twitter about?
Oh,
Paladins?
God, Battleborn?
Battleborn, that's what it was. Thank you. Yeah, when the CEO of a game company starts tweeting about how his game has porn, you know it's doing badly.
Yep. Though granted, Randy Pitchford is a gooner, so who knows?
Gooners,
Yeah.
gooners everywhere. You're gonna get splooshed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, someone apparently read my smut pics in the Lit class channel on Snoot Club and made it from Anon X Rosa into Vegeta X Frieza.
Well, they just replace the names.
Yeah, okay, let me just explain this. Okay, so it was Draft, Kiro, and one other person whose name escapes me at the moment. But essentially, it was like 3 or 4 dudes coming in, reading my stuff for shits and giggles, and just an hour and a half of trying to get through a fic without laughing and dying of what was at first mentally retarded on Anon, and just Rosa going, dude, it'd be like, I love you, dude, just the entire time. And then somehow, somewhere, they evolved it into a Dragon Ball Z porn flick. So now I guess apparently I'm just a Dragon Ball smut writer, which, not any better than this, right?
I feel like honestly that's a step down. Dragon Ball is smut on its own. It's smut on its own. Look at those oily naked men.
You know what? I'm not even gonna like actually naysay that because I've written Anon X Nazer, so
Yeah, yeah. I don't read too much smut no more.
whatever floats your boat. Honestly, at this point, it's more entertaining for me than anything else. But I did have to explain to my wife what Snoot Game is, because I had to explain to her, hey, I bought you this thing with a bunch of porn money. And she says, what do you mean porn money? And I had to explain to her, well, there's a school of anthropomorphic dinosaurs, and they all want to just bang. And after like an hour of explaining things, she just accepts it.
You just gotta put it in front of the game.
I've shown the trailer, and I've explained the basics of it. So, we'll see what happens. She said it's going to be a slow process to understand all this. But
I mean,
hey, I got her to watch Evangelion, so I'll win this argument eventually.
Oh,
I mean, just fucking on board like I got on board. Show her ducks in and judge Tiki's videos. Soon enough, she'll find Bowie, and then you're golden.
Ah, yes, Bowie. That's a very good...
I'll get him eventually.
Like, the Snoop pipeline is real. You start with fucking Duxon, then you move on to Judge Tiki, then Bowie, then you find Humo, and then before you know it, you're on the fucking Snoot server. It's real.
And then eventually I have you in my net.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of my pipeline, I'm not going to lie, so it's very feasible to happen.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that, oh god, I still am very eagerly waiting the day that Humo reads Lean on Me for a live read one day, because I just want to see people read my misery fic and either laugh or cry on stream. It's one of the two.
He needs to do the London Chamber Experience.tm and then straight into Caveman Flow. We must break Mr. Streamer.
Listen. At some point, Columbo Mod, which we've came up with the name. The secret ingredient is blood. Will be across his desk.
Yes, I think I remember seeing the secret ingredient is blood chat happen. That was actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, just the schizoid moments of me trying to figure out, looking at every Columbo episode title and looking at what the strongest ones are. And they're always bastardizations of existing sayings, right?
Exactly. Just some kind of avant-garde little whatever it is.
Little tweak.
Yes, yeah, to make it the secret ingredient is blood or something else such as murder, she wrote. You know, 'cause that classic old show that people apparently still go gaga over. And then you just kind of go, what kind of esoteric bullcrap can I slam together to make something happen?
Yes, I have here murder mystery. Cooking. I hope that
honestly,
that came to you.
I mean, I'll be legit. The secret ingredient is blood is actually a pretty fire title. So there is that.
Yeah, and it doesn't really point to who the murderer is, and a lot of what we chose for who gets killed and the murder and why and how they're killed, it's just out of convenience. Like, I mean,
Yep.
It doesn't matter if it's your favorite character who does whatever thing. It's just the most convenient because it's closest to their existing characteristics. Such
True.
as Sage, who doesn't exist in Snoop Game. Hence
Which is a
why
goddamn
found
shame.
dead.
Which is a goddamn shame, honestly. I'll be honest, I never knew who Sage was until post Snoop Game. Then I found out, oh, this is based off of a really bad video game. So then I played Goodbye Volcano High. And then I played Wani. And then everything else happened at the same time. So, and it was just a whole rabbit hole. And then it was like maybe a month later I found out mods were a thing. And I just went, well, Jesus shit, I need to go back and play this now. So then you go through the Greats, which is like basically Mojob, one of my favorites, because that one was actually just well hilarious.
Fishing Trip, Gay Sex the Priest, Puppet Pals, you know, quite variety.
Dinner Night, Date Night, the one that like shows off the Moretti family.
And then Double Date as well.
Yeah.
With
Double
Double
Date
just
was
saying
so good.
Bussy.
Okay, is it Bussy or Bussy?
I think he just says Bussy.
Yeah, okay, so...
Like, alright, so he's liquored up at that point, right?
Yes.
What's he used to say? Or you know? Bus or bus? He's slurring his words, so it's definitely going to become Bussy.
It's definitely Bussy. Bussy is the default word, for God's sake. It has to be.
At this point, yes, Bussy is the default word, because it is a play on the word pussy.
Exactly, but for boys.
Yeah, it's a boy pussy. Or butt pussy.
Actually, I like that one better, because boy just feels a little too weird to say in a sexual context.
I mean, gawk is now a thing.
Gawk.
No, Gock.
Yeah, gawk. Yeah, I know. I just love the onomatopoeia of it. Gawk. It just sounds awful, and I love it to death.
I do enjoy good onomatopoeia written down. I wish more people would utilize it in their writing. For just little sound effects.
Oh yeah, like plap. It's such an easy one to understand. It's so fun.
So the first chapter of Megaloboxing, I'm cooking in the background. Don't you worry. I used onomatopoeia just to describe the sound of a man's neck snapping because he falls out of a ring onto his head.
Now, see, whenever I think about like onomatopoeia or sound effects that need to be put together into a story, I kind of just try to think about what it would sound like and just kind of verbalize it.
Exactly.
So if you say someone broke a bone, I just think, and then just try to find the letters that would go with that, or like, oh, something popped out, like it's kind of like it's just a fun experiment, honestly. And
we have Shuhan in here, saying plap, 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 plap.
Oh boy, hey Shuhan, it looks like you finally made it. Good job.
You're on time for
me,
once.
man.
Yeah, he finally joined us. I mean, God, it only took him 40 minutes to Wow, 40 minutes? Jesus
minutes.
Christ.
Yeah.
Where did the time go? You're
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
how it
skewers.
happens. It doesn't always start this fast, but when it does, it's magical. Before you know
We're
it,
talking
you'll
about
be 6
skewers.
hours in, and you're gonna be ready for 2 more, and your wife's gonna come tell you to come to bed.
I mean, Christ, we're talking about bump fights. It felt like 10 minutes ago. Am I crazy? What the fuck?
That one was 10 minutes ago.
Okay, good. My internal clock is not wrong. Jesus Christ.
That one was.
This feels like we're just in the first initial round of a Warhammer game. Christ alive.
I do have some. I have a Tau army, a very small one, but nobody to
Ooh.
play Warhammer with.
Yeah, no, that is a problem too, actually. If you build it, they will come.
Yeah, but then they want me to also supply the other armies because they're like, "Oh, I'll learn the game, but I'm not going to invest any time or money into it." Bitch.
Well, I mean, I can't really say much because I have a 3D printer, so I just abuse it. I now have a
Go-
Knight army, a
Go
Black
get
Templar
yourself
army.
a squad. Go build yourself a little combat patrol, and I'll have the same. I have my fucking tower that are painted like police officers because I thought it was funny, like
What?
1950s police officers. So it's just blue and white. No
Okay.
like riot gear or anything. It's just like and like I have little gold stars on their shoulders. It's great.
Lol. Well, God, I have a Mardi Gras themed Knight army. Got Black Templars because fuck the witch, fuck psychers. And then I have Custodes because you gotta just be golden and great at all times.
I do have some custodies.
Yeah,
in
they're
my
simply the
program.
best. They're simply the best. Even if, embarrassingly enough, there is that moment where, well, there's a lot of kerfuffle about female Custodes.
They may start that way, but by the time they're so pumped full of hormones, they may as well be men. Is my viewpoint on it.
Yeah, entirely. Like, there's nothing preventing this from, like, there's nothing preventing from just a woman being as buff and strong in a setting about sci-fi 30,000 years in the future. I mean, come on.
It completely ruins the feminine hormone balance. But yeah, they might have started as female. At this point, both are infertile anyway. It doesn't really matter.
Exactly. Nothing matters. It's just a silly sci-fi setting. It's like whenever someone I see on Snoot Club just argues about character settings and why this does not work or why X pairing does not work, all I can really think of is it's a fan fiction. Like, we're having liberties for a reason, man. Do you think that Olivia will be transported to a
To
house
real life.
to real life in basic Wani? Fuck no. But guess what? We read Bodhisattva Gated Too Far, and it goes, oh hey, reverse isekai? Cool, let's see what happens. Oh shit, this story slaps. I'm gonna keep reading this. That's what happens. Shit works because we get creative with it.
People are actually willing to, try things. And if you don't like it, pick up a pen. Start writing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Shuhan, you're in the party, bud. Guess what? We like Killer Queen because it's goddamn insane.
Yummy pain.
Or Wani Snoot.
Wani X Snoot, yeah. Wani Snoot, Brachio Game. God, I'm looking forward to Brachio Game. Come on, Shuhan, get your gear.
I think that
Come
was
on,
made for
guy.
a bet. Or like a bargain with Magic Man.
Oh God, was it? That
Yeah, I
explains
think it
lot.
was a bargain with Magic Man where he would write something in exchange for Brachio Game being written.
That explains a lot more, actually, for me. That explains way more.
Oh, did I accidentally drop some deep lore? Yeah, that was all happening in the Humo Cord.
Yeah. Well, to be completely fair, it was with Swanfather's many channels. One of his channels, I think it was Aha. Yeah, probably Aha. There was a going debate about Nerd Fang being a thing, and it just devolved so quickly. It kept going and going, and then someone said Jockanon, and I said Goth Rosa. And then Blackthorn became a thing from it.
And then everybody started going off about Goth Rosa. At
Yeah,
different levels
it
of goth,
evolved
different
pretty-
kinds.
It devolved pretty quickly, and then I found out that Goth Rosa art already exists. So it's like, you know what? If people want this, I gotta provide somehow.
Joe
And then
Obama's also writing a Goth Rosa fic.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the guy called Joe Obama is writing a Goth Rosa fic.
Oh, motherfucker! I
Not
claim
the
my...
same category of goth, and it's not with Anon.
Oh, okay.
It's with a guy called Antoine.
And- oh God, is he French?
Anton with flesh in the Coloradan town.
Yes. It's called Noir and Roses. I think the first chapter's out. It's pretty good.
First two
Oh,
If
chapters
not, I
out,
read
read
it.
it.
If not, I've read it because I got handed a PDF file. Neither of those
Right.
are quite possible because people do hand those out. Their document files.
I forgot about Noir and oh my God, yeah. Now I know which one you're talking about. Okay, okay, that makes more sense.
Obama is a very talented individual, I think.
Yes, actually, I agree. I've read the first chapter, and I immediately said I need to wait for more because it's something I need to binge in a great big heap of chapters. So I'm waiting for a few more to be posted before I just destroy my self confidence with Goth Rosa. I'm going to destroy my confidence with it and just read that fic.
It's a different kind of goth,
Oh, I
I
know.
think.
I'm aware.
So
It's like
don't let
it's
destroy
LA
your brand's confidence.
fair, but at the same time, what is it? Comparison is the thief of joy. So you got to keep at least like a little feather in the cap and kind of go. I know what my story's going to be still be like. What is it? I think it was of Strands and Strings. That's the Puppet Pal Judy X Monkey Anon fic as well out there.
Hey, wait, I thought that was Heart Held Up by Strings.
Heart held.
No.
Wait, is it heart held?
No.
Heart held
no.
up is voided.
Yeah, Voided Pawn's work. Which Pawn
Yeah,
was
Voided-
last week. Very, very interesting
Yes.
fellow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very fun to watch. I like whenever I do get to the VODs, I'm typically only available for like the after VOD on YouTube, and I feel guilty about that. But then to go, I mean, they don't need me shitting in the chat, so I'll be fine.
I mean, it's always welcome to have more people shitting in the chat. It's great.
Yeah, but I know for a fact if me and Meister were in the same chat, we'd be probably duking it out.
I don't know if Meister's watched any of these.
I don't know, but he's been invited, and one day he will be. But whenever that happens, I'll have to just come into the. I'll just have to come into the channel, start a fight, and then leave.
I mean, Swanfather's already tried to start a fight with me, and he's strong-armed his way in.
God, whenever Swan gets back in here, I'm gonna just ambush him as well. I'm not even gonna announce it. I'm just gonna come in there and just like come swinging.
So he's gonna get it from both ends, really? You expect me not to be swinging at him?
I do write polyfic, man. Don't even try to like make me double doubt myself.
This
But,
is a battle between waterfowl. we both ended up at like a very similar niche, I think, which is kind of funny.
Have you never heard the phrase "two birds, one stone"?
It's a big fucking rock.
Oh, Monk has a good point in the chat. Strands is Ven Shobans. Thanks, Monk. I appreciate you, buddy. Also, one of the greats. Also, one of the greats, Monk. He's good. He's good emote sticker, funny meme man.
I've
Love
collected
that
one
shit.
of those.
Yeah, if you ever see like your PFP in the channels like with a petting emotion on it, that's probably Monk's.
Yeah, I got handed this.
Exactly. Like Monk will do that. He'll make just little meme edits. He's just a joy. Honestly, a lot of the most of the artists in this channel are just joys. Let's be completely real here.
I would like
Fucking-
to have more like visual arts people in, but for
Oh,
whatever
dude.
reason, it doesn't lend itself to have as long conversations about it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because my
mean-
viewpoint on art is I let the artistic piece speak for itself.
I mean, I'll be honest. I've had a lot of really good work with this so far. Toad14, who's in the chat, great man, lovely art, and insisted on making free art for me until I had to like bend his arm backwards and pay him, which was a hassle in itself. Man refuses to be paid, which Toad, god damn it.
It's pretty common actually in this community.
I
I have an issue with people who don't want to be paid.
okay, I'm gonna be for real. If you don't accept payment for what you do art-wise, you are underselling your own hard work. Accepting any form of payment for any sort of labor is key to being a more confident artist, which is always needed. Rant over. Thank you.
And there's also plenty of people who are quite happy to take my money.
Oh,
I've networked with quite a few artists for various projects.
I'll be real. My biggest paycheck comes from one single snooter who is very unashamed about saying it. Ludbud, thanks you.
I'm sure you're just simply making his ears burn.
No, no. The man knows exactly what is going on here. He's funny, but God, he just keeps giving me ideas and money, and I can't say no exactly.
I mean, I also come from the viewpoint you can always say no.
Yeah, but
You don't
money.
wanna. But you
But-
don't want to.
You have called me a whore to my face, and I've accepted this. So don't try to run around on me on that.
And some whores do say no to money.
Well,
if they
not
feel
this
bad
whore.
enough for you.
Not this whore. I take that money because I'm never going to say. I'm on break. I shouldn't say that. I'm on break for now. I'm not taking anything for the rest of the year. Good God.
4 days.
4 days is enough. Jesus Christ. I will say though, it has been pretty fun watching people just like interact with me on this entire thing. And just generally be a pretty chill crowd. Like even when I joined, God, I think it was like whenever you joined your server and Humo's server, people are pretty chill. Like nothing's really that bad.
Well, I mean, you're just another guy to them.
Yeah, exactly. That's great.
It's great. I hate when people are like sucking up to whatever person because they made this thing or whatever. It's like that's just a dude who was doing something that he enjoyed doing.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, you don't walk up to, or you shouldn't walk up to any old like television actor and just start harassing them. They're just a regular person who wants to exist.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
that's it.
a good example I can think of is Alton Brown kept getting harassed. The guy who makes Good Eats, or made Good Eats in the 90s. He kept getting harassed, so he had to change up his entire life schedule to not be harassed by people all the time.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, people were going up to him to, like, try and steal recipes, and he's like, just watch the show and leave me alone. He started having to do, like, night grocery shopping because people would harass him. Like, stop him
Well.
from shopping.
That's goddamn sad. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, just being able to talk to people on the Discord is where it really matters. Finding out, for instance, oh, Swan, he's just kind of a shy nerd guy sometimes. Pretty fun. Pretty cool dude to chat with. Finding out that Arlok is just a rather chill dude as well. Pretty funny. Pretty great. And you just keep talking to other more and more people. Like, oh, hey, I love Porcelain Doll. Holy crap, Meister is... He's a fucking nerd. He's a giggly little bitch. It's hilarious.
I mean, I kind of got that impression the first time I talked to him.
Well, I didn't talk to him, okay? I had to I had to text. Jesus.
He was just in there one day with me, hanging out. I didn't even know who he was. I was just talking to him to talk to him. It's
Yeah.
always great when like you're just you never know who you're just gonna run into randomly. Like Farian, for instance. I didn't know who the fuck he was. I was just talking to him and bullshitting him a little bit. You know, he was doing a bit, and I was joining him for the bit. And he recognized who I was first, which is wild.
Right.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah, look, I had that happen with Sen. Just chilling the Humo court. He jumps in VC. I go, oh, hi there, new guy. Get to talking and talk about Full Metal. Go, yeah, this is pretty cool. He goes, yeah, I wrote it.
I think I was there for that. And
Fucking
he
make
was
an ass
talking
of
about
myself.
having
Go,
on.
oh.
Yeah, he was talking about wanting to be read on the stream, and I said, I already did that.
That's fantastic. I love it when you find like it's just the little moments. Just the little moments. Like, what was it? Recently in the Walt storyboard, there was this new user there who was just reacting and having a great goddamn time reading the chapters, and I thought, oh, this guy's funny. I'll just keep, like, goading him and teasing him, see what happens. Haha, funny jokes. Oh, wait, he's an artist? What have I seen? Can you recognize his art? What the fuck? I like his art. And that's how Arkin/Synthhawk has apparently been following my stuff for a while now, which is fantastic. Love his work. Swear to God, having anybody give you free fan art is just out of the blue. It's a left hook to the face. It's bizarre. The first time it happened to me was Return to Monkey, chapter 11, Wall to Wall, and it was KY. KY was apparently going, I'm going to make something about this real quick, and posted in like just a chapter, just an image in that chapter of Fishnet Fang, because I described it in like a very weird way in my head, honestly, looking back on it, about how like just Fang got like a new look just to do something different, and that just popped up out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, shit. Can I put this up in the story, please? Like having a little freak out moment. And Kay just went, yeah, sure, why not? And from there, it became a matter of, holy crap, this is awesome. Wait, what was this one guy talking to me about for? Toad? Cool. What's this? Oh shit, Toad did really good work. And God, it's just so freaking wild whenever people like say, hey, we like your work. And it's like, oh, thanks, I like your work too. Weird.
Strange.
Thanks.
Yeah, you never know when two people are going to be following each other for a long time before actually interacting. Which is really weird to be having, like, gang stalking each other and not realizing that you're being gang stalked.
Yeah, right? Just multiple people just kind of follow each other for months at a time, maybe, and all of a sudden you just kind of go, haha, funny meme at you. And they go, haha, funny meme back at you. Wait.
Hold on.
Do I recognize you?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I think I do.
And it's weird that I'm becoming a known quantity, because I don't think I had too much value, honestly.
Doubts on that statement, but go on.
Well, I mean, I don't add a lot to the creative conversation generally. I don't know why I'm a known quantity. It's just besides me, asking people, hey, do you want to talk to me for like a few hours? Do you want to like give me part of your day so I can understand more people better? Because I just like talking to people. It's great.
Well, okay, so for my, do you want to hold on? Let me try to say this better. From my perspective, putting yourself in as a interviewer, as some sort of media relation type person in a way, despite however loose or how strict you want to label that, you are essentially giving people a chance to, one, speak on a platform to reach a lot more others, and two, you're kind of just dictating / guiding how a conversation goes in a way. Kind of get deeper into how someone writes, why they interact in the first place. So I think it's honestly more fair to say you're one of the few who do this, and it's really, really cool. So don't be surprised if you get people to start flocking to you.
Looks at my subscriber count. Yes, 80 people. No, I mean, I do this because I saw Humo do it, and I thought it looked fun, so that's why I started. I thought this was just like it was going to start as a good fun time, and now I'm just kind of invested in doing this, and I still don't see the value that I'm causing. I guess it makes some more people more open to talk to like a grander scheme of people, because I'll notice people being in VCs more often after.
Yeah,
no,
they were already on the stage in front of, quite a few people.
I can describe what we are doing. We are giving the creatives of this community a voice and allowing them to speak their heart. That is our mission statement.
Wow, you really just wrapped up my entire statement into like just 2 sentences. I feel kind of embarrassed now.
Well, there's a time for brevity, and there's a time for being flowery in language. And, well, I mean, you know what they say, is brevity is the soul of wit, but the heart of wit is something else.
Yeah, fair enough. Though it is evidently kind of fun whenever you try to be flowery and poetic and prose-worthy, and somebody goes, what does this mean? Like, what language do you speak? And it's English, I swear.
I mean,
it's a simile!
I come from a somewhat long line of poem writers, of poets, and occasionally I think of one, and then it's usually while I'm driving, I just forget it.
Where's your middle school notebook of emo poetry from your 13?
I don't have an emo poetry notebook.
No?
It's all poems about life living in the tall grass. Being a hick. It's poetry about being a hick. My great grandfather wrote poetry about trains. I write about being kind of a hick.
To be completely honest, I wrote poetry for about 6 months about being naked in the woods, so I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay, no hiding the fact, I'm in Arkansas. I'm in the middle of the woods. My neighbors are like miles away from me. So whenever I say, "Hey, I like being outdoors," and someone just goes, "Where's moonshine?" Smooth, and I go, "Right next door." God damn it! They believe me. And yeah, having a bit of moonshine or whiskey while sitting outside and just kind of enjoying the starlight, pretty fun time. Pretty goddamn fun time.
Yeah, we don't have woods like that around here. They called this place the Great American Desert before they got to the actual desert. But it's
Wait, why does that sound so vaguely familiar? What
the Great
state?
American
What-
Desert. That's Pike. Or that's Lewis and Clark.
Ah,
They described the Great Plains as the Great American Desert, and then they got to the actual desert, and they're like, "Well, shit."
yeah. No, that makes complete sense. It
There's
sounds
more
like
trees
you're
than there
talking.
used to be, but it's still mostly grass.
I mean, it sounds like Kansas, which is essentially the desert of America.
No, no, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada. Those are the desert of America.
My man, I am in the Breaking Bad dimension waiting for the Resonance Cascade. You want some wild shit.
This is not
I mean,
desert. Like
to
we're
be fair-
slightly arid, but like you know.
I get all kinds of Breaking Bad jokes thrown my way because of my goddamn choice of words for a title. So yes, I get that. Yeah, if I lived in the desert, I think I'd just die. I hate the heat. I hate the arid hotness. I love cold, wet weather.
Fair enough.
Right?
Arkansas is not that cold though, generally.
I'm in the Ozark mountain ranges, so we get
Nice.
snow. It's either you live in the Ozarks or you live in the Delta Plains of rice, ducks, and swamp. Because despite being the source of Walmart, the biggest goddamn corporation in the world, like they tell us every day, I see it on the freaking newspapers all the time. Yeah, there's a lot of just rice fields and farmers in Arkansas. A lot of the economy is just like in two spots in this goddamn state. Nowhere else.
I mean, that's just how the middle of the country goes. We're away from ports.
Yeah. Yeah. Oddly enough, lots of good sake around here. But
You're
that's
closer
because
to
we have
the
a lot of
ports
rice.
than us. Yeah, I mean,
But-
yeah, it's rice wine.
Yes.
You gotta figure out
I-
a use for all of it.
It's a very odd mix to have both a bunch of hooch and a bunch of sake in the same area. The cultural clashes are kind of funny in that way.
I mean, there was an LSD lab that produced 90% of the world's LSD, not 40 miles from me right now.
Wow, that's intense.
This was the 90s, man. In the 90s, it was a missile silo originally. Somebody bought it. They started making LSD. Now there are tours of it. Because it's one of the largest LSD busts that has ever happened. Town's called Wamego.
Damn. Now, see, LSD is like one of those things I have not tried yet, but I'm not fully against, honestly. Is that all right to say on the show? I can't tell.
LSD kind of scares me.
Because it's just basically just a huge acid trip.
Well, it's called acid because it melts your mind.
Yeah, well, it can also be stored in your joints, in the middle of your bones. So if you just crack something one day, you could just like release more LSD in the middle of your system randomly.
Shit, brother.
Could you
Shoot,
imagine, like,
bang.
Could you imagine you were just like 20 years later after your last acid trip, you just get in the middle of work, you crack your knuckles on like your hands or your back, and all of a sudden you're just seeing flowers start talking to you?
You're starting to hear colors.
Yeah, that shit would actually melt my mind.
I remember one day one of my brothers decided to. So it's not psilocybin, but it's a different type of quote unquote magic mushroom. It's legal. So I go into his house after work one day because I'm traveling for work and his house is closer than just going home. So I was stopping there for a few days because we had some time off. And I go in, I say, hey, Bambi, we need provisions. My brother is the deer from that Disney movie, by the way. Uh, we need provisions. We're going to Walmart. And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll drive. And we're halfway to Walmart, and he says, yeah, I ate some mushrooms. And I said, oh, like what? Like a pasta dish or something? No. I'm starting to see music.
Oh.
And we made it to the Walmart unscathed. Because this is like a little hick town once again. And we go
Jesus
in,
Christ.
and he's having a fucking great time staring at the fucking fluorescent lights, and I have to guide him around a little bit. And so I drove his truck home naturally.
Oh, thank God. The first time actually, I did mushrooms. I didn't know what to expect. So I had just gotten into my house, probably 10 o'clock in the morning. Just take it easy, see what happens. Eventually, I am so goated. I just know everything around me is perfect. I am perfect. Nothing beats this moment. Until I decide to step outside, go face first into the grass, and run my hands through the roots of every single blade. And proceed to just hug the earth for, I think, 10 to 12 minutes straight. And afterwards, I remember standing up, I don't know why, I ate just a handful of dirt, willingly. I scooped it off the ground, put it in my mouth, and just started chewing. And all I could think of is, how does dirt become mud if it doesn't have spit in it? This makes too much sense. Yeah, then I got a pizza and I was okay.
Yeah? You're just hungry?
Yeah, I really was just really, really hungry. And as soon as I had food in me, everything calmed down.
Good to know. Good to know that all you need when you get high in any capacity is just snacks.
Yeah, there's a reason why I don't do that stuff anymore, is because I was just snacking way too often.
There's a reason I never started.
Well, I had a little bit of phase where I would try to experiment a little bit, try a few strains of different kind of weed, try mushrooms. I mean, one time someone offered me crack and I said no, thank God. But yeah, there was an experimental phase for a little bit, and I had way too many snacks and I gained 20 pounds over a few months. Because I could not hold myself from holding back. So, yeah, that sucked.
I mean, I've been just heavy my entire life. Not TLC level, mind you. You know, I'm 6'3", weight 300 pounds. I'm about, I want to say, 80 pounds overweight.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's about right. It's not TLC. I'm not a balloon person, and not all of it's just me being fat, because I am stronger than the average person, I think.
Mm.
Not all of it's fat. A lot of it is, and that's a problem, but I couldn't trust myself not to get too snackish if I was to try any of those recreational substances.
Yeah, the sad part is I guess the problem is from a younger age, I had a weird relation with food. I just started to associate food with my food relation with happiness, essentially. So you get a nice, say, steak dinner, be very, very
happy.
pleased with it. Yeah, and just eat yourself full of red meat, which not the greatest thing to do multiple days in a row. Yeah, not the worst, but far from good to have a steak 3 days in a row. Which, that's not really healthy, because then I would just eat steak and fries, steak and fries, steak and fries.
The fries.
I would think of it.
Part of that, I think.
I mean, you're not wrong. However, you don't really need to subsist yourself entirely off of red meat. You have just say, have a full day of just only eating vegetarian food. Have only fish. Have only chicken. Something lean. Because there's a lot of fat and there's a lot of wasted protein in a steak if you don't do anything all day. Which, in the end, causes problems. But I didn't associate that. I just associated with feeling good, feeling happy from being full. And it's not like I was ever too poor to notice going hungry, except for in college. In college, I would have to kind of skimp and save on meals. So I'd say, poor dinner, college night, have 2 bites of peanut butter. That's it. And when I got a real job, I got real money, I would then go out and buy like really big meals, and it would cause a problem of like, oh, I'm going to have like this really big sub sandwich, and I'm going to have something on the side with that. Or it could be, I'm going to make myself a fried chicken steak, have something on the side with that. So for several years, I had that problem of just like kind of eating and eating and eating, and that's something that just sadly hits a lot of people. It's just a fulfillment thing. And when I recognized that eventually, that's what caused me to finally start going to the gym, working out again, finding friends at the gym, which honestly really helps the most, and just kind of being more conscientious of what I eat, being more conscientious of, hey, if I'm going to get high, I'm going to get like snacky again and try to eat a lot of things I really shouldn't today because I haven't worked out, I haven't done anything productive, so I need to just like count calories a little bit and decide to not eat a full can of Pringles because I just got high and I wanted to eat something. So, yeah, honestly, the unhealthy habit with food is something I tried to address whenever I went to the gym, and the gym helped a lot. Helped my mental state, helped my wife mental state, helped us both, and that's weirdly enough why I kind of put it into my fix because I'm like, hey, things don't always have to be awesome, but doing just a little bit helps. So, yeah, weirdly enough, that's my shtick on things.
That's why so many, or like more than that, at least there's three of them I think that are like they exercise and you mention it.
Yeah.
Black Rose or Blackthorns.
Yep, Blackthorn Jockanon. He's a retired athlete because I've actually known people yeah, and I've had the fortune to know people who have been injured athletes and they try to find some kind of balance. There's then of course Walt, where it's like, hey, being just generally a gym nut can be fun and can be like great for your mental health too, which is why I have that Anon slightly adjusted for other reasons, really. But that's a thing to find into itself. But I think honestly, going and trying to be actively healthy, even if it's a very slow, not immediate process, the simple effort of it helps more so than not. Being able to say, I lifted weights for 45 minutes today. I went for a jog for an hour. Or I just decided to have a salad with chicken instead of a burger with fries. Little things help. Be happy. They're not the solution, but they're a step.
And here I am. I need to get on a workout and diet plan so I can fight Jake Paul next year, you know? That's my long-term goal is just to fight Jake Paul.
That's how you're going to get those numbers up. You're going to go from 81 subscribers to 81,000.
Yeah, I'll beat his ass.
Yeah.
I could probably do it now, but I have to also be in his weight class, I'm sure. I can't just butterbean it, you know?
No.
Butterbean's a very special case.
Knoxville. Yep, just going to beat up Johnny Knoxville and give him a hell of a concussion.
Listen, Butterbean's a hefty guy, and he knows how to throw that shit around.
Is he still active?
Yeah, I think he's still, like, every occasion does, like, what's it called? Exhibition fight.
Right. That is... God, that's surprising. Like, how old is Butterbean?
Butterbean's fucking old.
I mean, he's no Mike Tyson, but Christ alive, still.
I think he's about the only person who could stand Mike Tyson in an actual fight, not whatever they did.
Okay, let's be completely honest. Like, Mike Tyson's like, what, in his 60s?
Yeah.
Yeah, he shouldn't be in a boxing ring. He's old. He could die. Like, despite being in some of the best shape of most people's lives, that dude is old and he needs to just, like, not go out and try to fight against Jake Paul or Aaron, whichever, Logan Paul. I don't know which one it is.
It was Jake.
Yeah.
First step on this journey is I'm going to challenge Jake Parade to fisticuffs as well.
Well, hey, whenever you start peeing out blood, that's also weight loss, I guess.
Huh?
Whenever he hits you in the kidney, and you start pissing blood.
Jake Parade? He's gonna hit you in the kidney?
Sorry, I was thinking Jake Paul still. God damn it.
Yeah, Jake Parade? No, look, I'll get him to fight me. We just have to both be down to, 220.
There you go. That's not a bad goal.
Yeah, I mean, that's ideal weight, theoretically.
Yeah,
240 is technically able to be healthy.
yeah, but like a lot of those metrics don't really cover muscle mass, honestly.
They cover body mass index is what they try to be, but body mass index can only be truly measured by a little thing that just like grabs your skin and sees how far it can pull it.
Yeah, that's not exactly accurate. It hasn't been accurate for decades now. It's just
Well, if it's not accurate now, it never was accurate. It was just the most accurate measure they had.
actually, that's a fair statement to make. Yeah, it's never been accurate. So it's oh man, that thing fucked me up as a kid. I was skinny. It told me I was fat. Ugh, body image issues.
Yeah, because your skin was like slightly stretchy or something.
Yeah, as kids, your skin is stretchy. That shit happens. You're young. You're like full of life energy. You bounce back, but then you're just told that you're fat.
Yeah. I mean, that's gotta hurt. I think a lot of my weight gain issue came from the old Ritalin treatment that schools like pushing.
Oh god,
Ritalin and diet and amphetamines. Because it really screws with your diet. Once you get off, you balloon up because you haven't been eating. Your body
Yes.
immediately goes to storage mode once you have any excess at all.
Agreed. Entirely agree. Jesus
We
Christ.
should not be giving children those medications ever.
Amphetamine is an awful thing for a reason, and ADHD medication has plenty of it. Not to mention the fact that amphetamines also kind of screw up your entire like brain chemistry in general with like dopamine receptors.
And they were trying to fix my ADHD and autism. Well, they thought I had ADHD, then they realized no, he's just heavily autistic. He doesn't care. That's why he's not remembering things. And
God.
then it made me more forgetful, so I just started forgetting to take it, and they didn't really notice a difference when I didn't take her when I did.
Yeah. Well, hey, now you're in a bunch of servers with plenty of other autistic individuals. It's all
I'm socialized now.
It's all a big happy rainbow family.
You're gonna set off my stimulus issues if you bring up rainbows again. I think. This
Hey,
is the weaker autistic man.
hey, it's either your way or the byway, and the byway is pretty fun. Just saying. Fucking autism speaks. Goddamn fucking that
That's
organization.
a terrible. They're like, oh, yeah, we're here to cure autism. There's no cure. It
Yeah,
just
and
means
then
that
they
our
just like
brains work like spider webs instead of roller coasters. You know, there's no track for us. It's just everywhere all at once.
yeah, then you hyperfixate, and then you move on to another place and hyperfixate, and like it just becomes this whole little like cycle of just extreme interest in something that no one else knows about.
Hey, I got the dinosaur autism, so here I am, in my element.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like what's that goddamn meme? Dinosaurs are for kids. Whenever you're a kid, you realize that you like dinosaurs, but as an adult, you realize you want to fuck the dinosaurs, and that's why everyone's here in Snoot and Wani.
Yeah, if I see some dorsal plates, I'm just gonna start slobbering over myself.
Oh, come on. Oh, fucking Christ.
Nobody's
Look.
ever prepared for that.
Oh god, this day. Oh Christ.
What, are you not happy you're here?
Evolving. I thought I was the horny motherfucker.
I am devolving. I've been branded in the Humo server as a soul eater.
Why is that?
I just said, mommy. To the
I
wrong
shall
word.
retrieve the
Do
image.
not.
No, I am doing it.
Sierra, I
Our
will kill you.
interviewee must know what sins you have committed.
Yeah, so now there's just like how Americans measure, and I respond to the image, mommy.
Oh,
A monument to all your sins.
Well-
Mind you, I said careful Icarus first.
you know what? I can't really like say anything because one, Shuhan's here, and you know he's just shitting up the chat with his comments that we can see right there. But also, I've written like so much porn. I've written so much porn. There are more porn titles under my account than there are like not. And it's going to continue to grow. I already have 3 ideas once next month rolls around. So, me making fun of you and your mommy title, I guess, your Sin Eater title, doesn't really apply to me at this moment, does it?
Yeah, I don't think you have any room to speak. I was trying to do a bit, but I guess I took it too far yesterday. It ended. The night ended with me making this image here that you're gonna see in the chat pull up,
Oh, for
and that's
fuck's
now a
sake.
sticker.
All right, what am I looking for?
It's
What
a
the
sticker.
fuck am I looking for?
Look in the chat. In the voice chat.
Oh, Christ. Okay. All right. Man, I wish I had alcohol on me today, but I guess I'm not today. All right, that's fine. This works. We're all good.
Yeah, I have
We're
the
all
full
good in the
image
neighborhood.
too.
We're all good in the neighborhood. Everyone's fine today.
It's all good in the hood. It was
Yeah,
just a
exactly.
friendly little thing, and people started making fun of me, and I just, I let it happen. I kind of egged it on a little bit. It's my fault.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen this sticker more than once already, and it's so special to see. It's so goddamn special. Then again, I did have, as we discovered already in this chat, in this interview, how Monk is a wonderful sticker artist, and his stickers have been a source of complete endearment for me. Where is that thing? Oh, here it is. There's my favorite sticker he's made, which is Tiny Box. Love it to death. It's completely fucked. And then he had God damn it, hold on. I gotta look this up. This is also just gonna be from Lean on Me.
Jerky turkey.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't
the jerky
go grab
turkey
it.
sticker.
I can't grab those stickers because they're invite only server.
Oh, well, fair enough. Yeah, the jerky turkey sticker is one of my favorites because it's just what happens when you give people way too much power to have fun with something. Good God. Oh yeah, speaking of some of my members and the storyboards I've been seeing for once in a while, Monk is also a writer, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably not going to say it anytime soon, but he did post something today that was quite entertaining, honestly. So I'm looking forward to see what he does with it. So I'm not going to say too much. I'll let him post and chill himself in the chat, because I believe people should be able to do so themselves.
I mean, if you want to
But I
grab
will
them
say,
into the server, I'm alright with that. I'm amenable to it.
I mean,
Oh.
I was about to say, do we summon the monk to the realm of the geese?
well, I think he's... Yeah, go ahead and do it. Yeah.
Well,
I don't
Get
see his name
over
on
here.
I don't see his
Get
name
over
here, so let's
here.
go ahead and do that.
Now I have to find him. Where is he?
And he's working on chapter 2. Good job, bud. So, let's see. Besides that, okay, also quick shout out. So, y'all have read Porcelain Doll by Meister, correct?
At some point, yes.
Okay. So, within the Porcelain Doll chat recently, there was a member who was actually a surprise hit. Their name is Fussy, like Fussy, and they posted something earlier today as well that is a fan chapter, in a way, about Porcelain Doll. So I'm not going to say what it is, because I want people to find that themselves, read it, and put their own opinions to Fussy in the Porcelain Doll storyboard. However, I will say that what they put in fits the story very, very well in an unexpected way. And honestly, it's not totally accurate to the canon of the story, or to what the intent is with the characters. However, with just a little creative freedom, it fits in so goddamn well. It fits in so goddamn well, and it's so cool to see people try, experiment, and just generally be delightful little weirdos. Let me put it into the paste. It's a paste bin, so let me just see if I can put it into the voice chat. There we go.
And I will
Okay.
mention that I've sent Monk the invite. Whenever he hears this, he can go check.
Hell yeah. So, he will hopefully join us very soon, which is great in the server. And I just put in the voice chat the Porcelain Doll extra chapter that y'all can read at some point. And you know what? Everyone who listens to this at some point, look at Fussy. Look at Porcelain Doll Take the Wheel, as it's titled. It takes place towards the end, I would say, of chapter 3, or however you want to really label it. But as a fan chapter / bonus chapter, well done, Fussy. Looking forward to your next work, bud. Ooh, looks like we are being asked to let. Oh wow, Receiver K wants to join in and ask questions.
Yeah, receiver, come in.
Hell yeah.
Get in here, receiver. Get over here.
Receiver, you don't even have to ask. Just come in here.
I mean, if people in general want to just join in and just see what happens, I'm cool with that too, honestly.
Yeah, like I've said before, any previous interviewee can join in for a ongoing interview. Just please mind the rules that we have posted.
Oh, he's overlapping you. Hold on.
I have arrived.
That's not. There we go.
He is here.
Yeah, I'll put you on the mantle. No, that's too. This is difficult. There, we'll just put you hanging out inside. There we go. We have receiver here now. Shrimp it ain't easy.
Yes, I had 2 writer-centric questions that I think would be probably good ones just going forward for anyone you have, Goose. First question, Mr. Rockman, is what do you think as a writer, either just a self-metric or in a room full of other snoot writers, if you think so, what do you do best in writing, in your writing?
You know, I've actually thought about this quite a bit, but I think I get banter pretty well. Or at least I like to imagine I get banter pretty well. I like to imagine that whenever I write the characters down, I try to get them just either opening up with each other or at least having a good time with each other. It can be like, say, little jipes and jabes. It can be insults, it can be funny teasing, or it can be actual moments of, hey, what's going on? And you want to do something really fun and stupid? Let's do this over here and make jokes. That's at least what I believe to be the case. And I've had people say something similar. And I will hopefully rest my laurels on that forevermore.
Nice. I have a very similar opinion of my own work. And yeah, I figured that's a good one because I think a lot of writers get down on themselves. And you clearly were able to think about it beforehand. But I think for some writers, it'd be nice for them to think of themselves in that light. Second question, and unrelated to Snoot, I think this might be telling in a different way. If you had, and maybe you don't even want to, but let's say you had the ability to write on any project, pre-existing IP, original project, any medium, video game, movie, TV show, what do you think you would go for?
Oh, hell. All right. If I had to take a wild swing at things, I think it'd be kind of fun to try my hand at Warhammer. And I'm not talking about Mega Space Marines and Warriors of the God Emperor stuff. I mean the kind of small, awful terror that happens for regular people in a gigantic universal setting that is out to destroy them somehow. I like the idea.
Horror anthologies and so on.
Yes. I've always been a bit of a big fan of horror. So being able to, like, say, work with something that is so wide-reaching as that setting of Warhammer 40k, or, hell, even the fantasy setting, honestly. Working with something that is both just ephemeral, at the same time real, would be kind of a fun, niche way to go about it. Because there's all sort of rules and unrules, if that makes sense. There's things spiritual, physical, mental, and more that, honestly, horror, I believe, brings out both the best and the worst in characters in general. So being able to work with that would honestly be legitimately really fun to work with.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Damn, I didn't even think of that as an option when I posed this question myself. I fucking love Warhammer.
What did you think about for yourself then? What's your answer to that question?
Yeah, I don't want to sell it too much because I mentioned in mine as well, but I had this really amazing TTRPG like superhero setting thing that I did with my friends over the course of a year. Very good campaign, a lot of peak in there. I'd probably try and get that produced. I'd probably end up getting like grifted out of all the money or something in doing so.
One
but
day
it would be
when
cool
I
to
have
see.
unlimited funds, I will. Yeah.
There we go.
At
I got a
least
friend
donate
who's going
towards
into
that.
animation, so I hope he gets good enough and enough connections to sort of, nepotize his way into that shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. When I have enough money, one day I'll give you like $30 towards it.
There we go. It's there we go. That's
Big
all we
cat,
need,
big
baby.
money.
We're going to
Big
Thailand
cat.
to get a sweatshop going.
Oh
Pay
yeah,
them
make
20 cents an hour.
those overseas labors. Oh yeah.
That's how the fucking Batman animated cartoon got made. B-Tax.
Oh Jesus, really?
Yeah, sweatshop labor.
Oh fun. God
Fuck.
damn it.
Sweatshop animation. Heart of Ice especially. Strong sweatshop animation. They just had like this... well, they would make the character sheets and send them over and be like, hey, this is how it works. And so that's why the cape size is inconsistent. They said make it as long as you want as long as it looks cool.
It's a really common practice to outsource it. Pretty much no one does animation in America anymore. It's
Yeah.
majority overseas, but
It's
like,
very rare.
yeah, even the first world countries are kind of slave labor. Wasn't it Mappa? Whoever did Jujutsu Kaisen were like getting chained to their desks and
Yep.
shit to make stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, and you can actually see it in that last bit of the most recent season.
Yeah.
Where things start to blur real hard.
Yeah, they get real sketchy looking because they're not even quite finished.
Yeah, I mean, also a lot of Japanese animation is overseas labor to Korea of all places.
And then Korean
A chain of
outsources to
outsourcing.
China. Yeah, it's
You know,
crazy. It's
country-
crazy how much everywhere outsources to somewhere. So everywhere just outsources their depression to here, I think.
It's also crazy to think about, like, oh, hey, Japan outsources labor to Korea, the country that they have a really tense relationship with to this day. Great, that's not something to think about at all.
Listen, nowhere else in the world bitches like the United States. That's why I believe that they outsource their bitching to us.
I suppose if my greatest enemy can draw lines real well, I'll fucking overlook it for a moment, brother.
Yeah. I suppose I should actually ask a question before we go too fucking far off kilter, too.
Yeah.
When you're first sitting down to write, what's the first thing you think of doing for any particular fic?
Okay, well, I think the first thing I really like to try to do, honestly, is just write a rough outline for a chapter. Well, let me rephrase. Is this for a per chapter basis, or is this over
When
a
you're
fic
starting
over-
anything, like when you're starting the fic,
Gotcha.
what's the first
Okay.
thing you start doing?
So I can actually describe this pretty well with Blackthorn because I'm still like going over chapters, but I got a rough outline of what I want to do. With Blackthorn, I make a general storyboard. So there's all sorts of little creative websites that kind of give you ideas to how to just do really simple flowcharts, like a Camtasia, for instance. I get like a little blurb that says character does this, flow down. This happens, flow down. Sidestep. This happens at the same time. Essentially, just get like a sequence of events of overarching ideas I want to happen in some capacity. So this kind of it devolves or builds up depending on how it goes from, say, storyboard chats. People just like throwing ideas at a wall, and all of a sudden I'll find a little blurb that I like, rip it off the wall, and put it onto my little flowchart. From there, I start to figure out more and more things what to do. So I'll take one little storyboard blurb, copy, paste it into an outline for a chapter, figure out how it works together, and kind of go from there. So this actually can be also seen right now between me and Swan. So we are working on Barrel of Moose together, which, honest to God, thank you, Swan, if you ever see this, for doing that, because it's a wonderful time to work with someone on that. Co-authoring, co-writing something with someone else, lovely experience. I really like what ideas he puts out. I like the chats we have about it, because it lets me evolve and think more about, okay, that's a wild idea. I love it. How are we going to work with it? So then it becomes like an outline of, hey, what do we think about this? We'll then send questions back and forth to each other, get the outline made, and go forward. So we have that going per chapter basis, and we have a general notes document as well between the two of us, where we put down facts, ideas, and questions to ask, such as, what if X character does Y? And do we want to stay within the total canon of the base game, or do we want to just get fucking weird with it? So that's my general process. It's a little improv, a lot of planning in the end.
Tangential question off of that then. Obviously, going one step before that, it starts with the idea, which the storyboards are really good for. Sometimes someone will say, well, what if Anon was, I don't know, what if he was a dinosaur in this one situation? And, someone will write an entire multi-chapter fic off of that. For you, does an idea need to have legs on it? Like, is there ever a time where you won't just, maybe try and outline something out, see if it works? Or is there a time where you're like, maybe that's best for someone else? Or maybe that's a good idea, I don't quite feel it.
Oh, definitely. So I think it was Talos Lives that had that Anon collection at one point. I think a lot of people have seen, where each chapter is like a scenario to write off of, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on there, I saw plenty of ideas that I just kind of went, not really for me, might be better for someone else. One of them, for instance, was, what if Anon came into Snoot as post-military, already an adult, ran into the teenage gang? And it's like, that sounds like something someone needs to do besides me. Then there's stuff where it's like, oh, hey, what if Anon has a kid by Nick, and Nick dies? And I immediately go, I want that story, and then someone else picked it up already. And I go, shit,
Damn.
okay, fine. Someone else has that. But like I said earlier in the interview, it was in Swan's story where I came up with the idea of like writing an entire fic about Nerd Fang, Jock Anon, Goth Rosa, and so on and so on.
And Emo Stella.
Emo, haiku, centered Stella, yes. Which is... I love haiku Stella. It's so stupid, but it still feels so in character that I love it to death.
Yeah, it seems still valid, I think. It's using a Japanese form of art still. That's
Yeah,
a basic
exactly.
character. It's not
Yeah,
that
like,
far
little-
off.
It makes perfect sense for a scene still that, instead of just anime, it'd be haikus and shit.
Yeah, I mean, for
Yeah.
blending
Trying to
canon.
do, like,
Some people are
quote-unquote
too
high art.
hung up on, like, this isn't canon. Like,
This
well, that's
isn't
not what the
real.
fuck I'm writing, brother.
Oh, God,
You read
yeah.
the synopsis?
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it's like, you know what? Maybe Inko and Mia can actually get along together if they have fun. Who knows? It's just fan fiction. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
gotta
like,
take
this-
liberties, and sometimes people won't look past, like, oh, well, this author's clearly writing in that direction, but the canon doesn't let that happen.
Exactly. I've had people. It's been kind of fun, honestly, for the past few months. I've had people DM me directly, calling me Polly Cuck because of what I do with We All Live Together. Which, it's fun. It's funny. Oh well. And then just all kinds of stuff. Like, I don't know how it will happen, but somebody called me Smooth Brain one time, and I just ran with it. I'm going to own that title, and I'm just going to keep it on. I don't care how badly you hate my fix. I'm now Smooth Brain, and I love it.
People are just really bad at posing criticism. They always gotta make it personal somehow by, like, calling you a cuck. Or, like, they just say, I don't quite agree with this aspect of the story. No, they're gonna call you a cuck.
Anybody who can like take those insults tongue in cheek and roll with them it's a great person to know. That means that you're funny.
Yeah, I don't bring it up much. Someone on on 4chan of all places, I don't like giving them much power. They were like shitting on a bunch of writers, and they had them all listed out. I was proper yet bland, so I'm proper
I
yet
saw
bland.
that.
Hey.
I was there for that, and that was hilarious. God, that was such a funny thing.
That same person like was flaunting that they had poor reading comprehension. Like they insulted one writer. I don't want to bring up names here, as being like, you forget about it moments after you read it. It's like, no, I think that's just you, bro.
If it's so forgettable, why are you bringing it up?
Yeah, and then they had another really good burn against that person. They were like, this person thinks that a character arc is those funny buildings in France, which was pretty funny, honestly.
That actually is pretty good.
I think you're referring to the art to try on it. Listen, you just
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
out nerd emoji them, you know? You gotta fucking outplay them.
Shit, if somebody had a character arc the size of the Arc de Triomphe, I would be fucking impressed. Gotta admit.
Character arcs, what I call my peanuts.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, Christ. Oh. But I will say the weird thing that does bother me sometimes is when somebody attacks a fic and just says, I don't see it happening. And that's all they say.
Just says it's not worth writing.
There's so many
What?
people, and I don't want to take it egotistically or
Any-
personally. There's so many people for my fic where it's Olivia and Anon, and they're like, no, I just don't. No, I don't. I literally won't even try. And read
That's
it.
more
Like, that's
foreseeable than
fine.
Nico and Olivia. In my mind.
Yeah, it's like
those are
it's
two
fine
very
if you-
like-minded people. They would get along
The way I see it is,
swimmingly.
they get too hung up. Like I'm not saying this is the forever canon. Like read it as a funny little what if, but like, wow, you're really closing yourself off if you won't like even bother. You know.
Yeah, it's hilarious, especially because when I first started writing Walt, I saw your fic first when I first started getting into fandom, I think, Receiver, and I loved the story. But I also just thought, wouldn't it be hilarious if they just got along like frenemies? They're so similar, but they just wanted to just hate each other but couldn't. And that's why I developed the relationship as it is. Slightly antagonistic, but still very much friendly. Because I can see it happening of this femcel, this incel, get together because they have a lot of similar qualities to each other and are secretly actually pretty decent people, but they just like to poke fun and throw shit at each other too much to admit it.
Yeah, and they're both self-deprecating. I think honestly, Arlok had much harder in the inverse of Inko and Fang, and he nailed it.
I feel like Inko is like such a nothing, and while Fang has something to her, she doesn't know what that is. So
That's what makes them. They have that common point, though. Is they both
you're
don't
looking at two
understand
people
themselves.
who know
Arlok
nothing about
also does-
themselves, and then two people who know who they are, know what they're about.
Arlok does a really good job of like retrospectively, like taking all the parts of the game. Obviously, one he had a shit development that really hamstrung it. Arlok takes the components that were just like kind of on the board but not used to some effect, like Inko's obsession with critique media. Like it kind of has a point about it rather than just him being a
Instead
fucking
of just being
loser who
flavor
gets his
text.
opinions from the internet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should've been
You see,
clear.
I will say, Goose, I do kind of disagree with you about Inko being such a nothing. Because I do see Inko...
He's a place that he doesn't know who he is what I mean.
I still
Who
see
is
him as
he
like
really?
a lone... I think he's a lonely, slightly angry person, though, honestly. Like, he's literally in a world where he can do a lot of what he wants to do. He has so little support, and he's bitter. That's...
I don't think there's anger there, but I do think in the best interpretations, like the logical conclusion, if Wani had developed better, that's absolutely the case. That's how
Yeah.
it should have
He's
gone.
frustrated in the least.
That's actually, I will say frustrated is probably better, because he's not really bitter, like I said, I guess. He's more frustrated.
It's kind of
That's-
an frustration, I guess, because in Wani, the one
People
section
not
where they're talking about his
utilizing what they
parents, he's
have
kind of
to-
whiny.
Yeah. People not utilizing what they have to their own advantage. That'll leave anybody frustrated.
Well, also, I think he's just lonely.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're talking specifically
Rolling
about his
Stones
like
and no
dynamic
boss.
with his parents.
Yeah,
Yes.
like that is where that frustration comes from. He is a lonely kid. I can relate to that. I had no siblings, and I grew up a very lonely life. I see a lot of myself in Inko and Anon. That's why I see out Inko.
Yeah, that's why I've kind of had fun writing Inko as a somewhat frustrated / angry character when he had his moment with Olivia in the Rain. When I did that chapter, I had him more likely to bite out at Olivia. Because I thought, what would this guy do if he just didn't have the support he wanted? Realistically, he'd be jealous. Like, deeply jealous in some way.
Yeah, that sounds like a way more interesting angle to it. Yeah, that's my problem with Inko in general, is it just doesn't have enough going on. He himself doesn't really have a character arc. I think he only does in E1, which I think that was like a holdover from very first
yeah.
draft. There's nothing about Inko that says he should go 1-co, as he is. And then E3, where he's a simp. Everything else is like, yeah, I'm doing okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's completely
Or
accurate.
E2.
I mean, God, that's why
Yeah.
people have so much fun writing Mia, for God's sake. She has nothing going on. She is two-dimensional.
They can add whatever they want and say it's still in character.
Yeah, if you take a
Basically.
lot of liberties with her, you can make her a good character. They just
Yeah.
got... He
Yeah.
who shall not be
You
named
have,
really
like-
fucked her over.
You have 4 blocks to check for me.
Uh,
Really. You have 4, and we all know what they are.
yeah,
I mean, I
femme
will
fatale,
say-
bully.
Even
That's
if
all
you, like,
she really has going
Femme
for
fatale,
her.
bully, car shit, tomboyish.
So even if like you don't, even if you don't have Mia's original input creator there, the leftovers could have been done with something. But like Receiver said, Wani's had a bit of a rushed development at the end. So I feel like even if they weren't able to get the original take on it, they could have done something more than just evil for evil's sake. And that's why literally everyone I like to read does something different with her. I like Frequence, for instance, Sugar and Cyanide. That's quite fun. Quite dig it. We had Leosi, sadly, not do his anymore, which kind of sucked, because that was like the most fun version of me, in my opinion.
Pour one out.
Yeah, pour one out for our homies.
Or one out.
Yeah, and then we have like, oh, hey, what if we just made Stella French? Why not? Shit's fun. I just
Stella
have...
is already a French name.
Exactly.
I got into the community, and then I was seeing all this French Stella stuff, and then I read Bad Apple, and I'm like, okay, this makes sense now.
Yeah, you get it. And now I'm doing more with Bad Apple.
Yeah,
Still.
there's bonus chapters coming out?
Yeah, there's bonus chapters, which means that I have a wider range of work than I thought.
I didn't know
Yeah.
Umbra like that. I wanted to make the joke like, I'm going to be sending you papers in the mail for that one, buddy, but I don't know how that would have been perceived. I don't really talk to him.
I mean, he's busy for me a lot of times. You know, I can't always wrangle him, but every now and then I talk with him. It's great.
Yeah, I don't want my one interaction he looks at to be like, okay, what the fuck is this guy saying to me?
What is this fucking psychopath? He's in the Goose's server. Better nuke it.
God, what the fuck was it? It was whenever I was in lit class the first time, people were pushing me, and I made like a shit post about what essentially became Lean on Me, which was hilarious. It was great. And then, like, whenever I got that story posted, a week later, someone was poking me again, and I just got my jimmies rustled, you know, just ancient internet slang, I guess. Then I made, like, the equivalent how it would be in Wani, and I posted that in Falling storyboard for Bodhisattva. Like, hey guys, what if this? And I remember just Falling going, stop. This sucks. Stop. Don't do that. And I felt so bad. I got him to just call me out like that. And then he just like DM me. He's like, I'm busting your balls. Don't fucking do that. You'll probably do it and I'll read it, but I hate you for it.
You know, I haven't actually had a super long conversation with Falling, unfortunately. He seems like a sort of guy I'd like to hang out with, I think.
Yes,
The
he's a
dude
very
gave me,
interesting
like-
guy.
Yeah, he gave me like some baller music to listen to recently. It's fantastic. Like, it's the perfect stuff for me to read and listen to when I'm writing a fic. For instance, look up Pilot Red Sun Riverdance on YouTube.
It's funny because the way he like types, I've primarily talked to him in typing outside of like the creator roundtable. He has a very like he'll do a line and then immediately do another line because the thought wasn't finished. He's like always sort of
yes.
thinking way ahead, and it like not to bad effect. Not like he's getting stumbling over himself. Like God, I jerked Bodhisattva off so hard last time on my interview here.
I remember seeing that. It was actually quite fun.
I mean,
But-
he deserves it.
He's going to pop
Yeah,
up in
no.
the chat any minute now and call me names or something. I can just feel it coming on.
Honestly, he'll probably just give you some music recommendations instead. Dude's got it. He's got it on lock. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Everybody, who told me to grab him? Oh no, I just saw him enter the Humo server, and I sent him some stupid brain dead meme. So I might have ruined my chances with that. I don't know.
I don't know. He kind of likes memes, to be completely honest. Then again, who doesn't in this goddamn server?
You have no idea the scope of the brain deadness of the rot.
Yeah, I've seen Farians here. I know exactly how brain dead it is.
Oh, he is a renaissance man. He is a sweetheart.
If I
No, I know
ever somehow schmooze my way into getting his address, I'm sending him a touch note.
I think it'd be better
Oh,
off giving him
God.
a touchstone so he can measure jewelry. I think he'd be more interested in that.
Oh god, my stomach hurts from the workout. God damn it, that hurt. Ow. I will say it has been legitimately fun just finding. I said this already in this interview. I got to say it again. It's been so fun finding people that are just enjoyable to just chat with and talk to. Legitimately, it's great fit stuff. Like finding Arlok's sense of humor, wonderful. He's very chill. I will say from the text I've seen. Haven't talked to him in person. Very chill guy. It's been kind of fantastic.
Just as laid back. It's wild because he's like almost old enough to be my dad, but I wouldn't have ever guessed that.
Well, God, he's not that much older than me. Jesus.
He's like 37. That would be really
32.
pushing it. No, that's like way off. Because I'm 24. Yeah.
Okay,
Almost
for
25.
a 37-year-old man to be your dad would be kind of horrifying. Let's be completely
That's
honest.
what I'm
mean-
saying. It's like 5 years off. That's what I'm almost.
I mean, I'm 20, so
You would have been getting it in pretty young. So.
Yeah, I'm 20, so I mean, it's
Jesus
it'd be
Christ,
more feasible
you're
here.
20?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. Guys, I feel so fucking old compared to all of you.
I
Jesus
mean,
Christ.
I'm only a year younger than you, so you're kind of good in that regard.
I'm still the oldest.
old-minded. I got checked by my dev yesterday in the writings. He was like, "Hey, by the way, people don't say noobs anymore." I'm like, "Fuck."
I mean, he could say noobs if he was going to be just a hipster.
Yeah,
I think, like, unironically though, yeah, it's not been in
I
use for like
think,
a couple decades.
No, that's only. Fuck. That is old.
I think
I haven't
noobs more than
heard
anything was like a
somebody-
marketing thing. Like gamers are like, "Yo, let's crush some noob." Like that's an advertisement thing, you know?
Yeah, no, I don't remember anybody ever saying nude past when I was like 5 years old. So nearly 20 years, nearly
My-
15 or so years.
My youngest brother is talking about bringing his girlfriend to meet the family pretty soon for post New Year's, and I said, "Oh, that's baller as hell." He just looked at me and said, "Don't say that," and I just had to reply, "Okay, no cap, gangsta, for real. That's on me." And he just about tried to kill me with a look. He was done.
I'd
So
definitely
done.
bust out some
Listen,
boomer
just double
terms of
down.
phrase.
Just double down.
I
You know
did.
what? I think I've chosen good people to help me write my thing because they also have a boomer mindset like mine.
Yeah, you Columbo ass MCR TV wearing. Ugh.
Just one more thing.
Just another thing. I'll get into
Just
your
one
head.
God, I mean, it's fun being involved in so many writing. So many writing things. I will say, like that old games nerd. He's been showering me so much with gifts of his next fic. Honestly, ongoing Civil War snoot fic right now.
I think
Helping
we'd
out
be
with that.
interested in this.
Say what?
I know somebody would be very interested in that then. Civil War
Uh,
specific.
Yeah, no, you should definitely go show that to them then. I gotta
I'll
say-
get that to read.
What he's doing with it, what he's planned and outlined, and how I've helped a little bit with it. Chef's kiss. I am so ready for it. I love Volcano High Heroes. I love Whiskey and Wings to death. So yeah, Tusk, that old games nerd, great shit. Go read it. That's like the third person I've recommended so far in the stream, isn't it?
Yeah. I have
well.
an ever-growing list of things that I will never have time to get all the way through.
I was
don't
gonna say
think.
on that note, yeah, I don't know if it was the same for you. I didn't expect the Snoot community to by and large, so nice because of the 4chan element. Just starting it,
Yes.
a lot nicer people than you'd expect. There's
Well,
still some
It's
dark
drawn
alleys you
from
don't want to
so
get
many
shanked.
places, the Snoot community. It may have started at 4chan, but it's grown so quick. Dog, I came from fucking iFunny,
Oh,
which is currently dying.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
This is either good news or incredibly terrible news. iFunny is currently dying. Like, if most people here who use it aren't feature creatures, but if you go into features right now, you see stuff that's featured from months ago.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
that's,
it's in the
that's
process of
happened on
dying.
and off, though.
It's in the process. It's in its death throes.
It's annoying to see features. I'm like, I go to like it. I'm like, fuck, I already liked this. Well, when is this from? Yeah,
fucking July of last year.
seriously, yeah.
that sounds awful. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but we don't have people. Well, we do have people humble bragging, but we don't.
They'll make an update of it and fix it for like 2
Yeah.
months, and then it'll happen again.
And then they'll also fucking fuck up the UI, even though it was already okay.
Well,
They keep making it
knowing
worse.
iFunny, I do fear what happens when it disappears because much like the Tumblr exodus, nothing good.
Nothing good can happen from an
Yeah.
exodus. I don't think it's going to be as bad as the Tumblr exodus.
Probably not as annoying.
It's not going to be as annoying. It's going to be a lot of them moving to 4chan and then a few people moving to Twitter.
Yeah.
And now people leaving Twitter to go to Blue Sky.
Yeah, well, Twitter, I don't think Blue Sky's going to take. That's my personal opinion right now. I don't have enough data to say whether or not for fact, but I don't think it's going to take.
I mean, it's got like 20-ish plus million users, so I think it's doing okay.
I barely got an X. That's my boomer thing. I don't have any social media for the most part.
Yeah, it's just
I have
this.
I have this and Twitter, and I guess I have a Ko-Fi page. That's really it.
I have an Instagram that my friend just honestly uses to send me brain rot. I might as well fucking delete it at this point. Reddit, Discord.
I don't use Reddit. I don't use Instagram. I have a Twitter, I guess. I don't really use it, and it's just Discord. And YouTube, obviously.
I deleted my old actual personal Twitter and recreated the smoothrock Twitter account just so I can follow snoot shit.
Yeah.
I am
So people know who you are.
I am that dedicated to just being that much of an idiot, I guess. I'm still on Twitter, goddammit.
I mean, unless you keep up on some projects that are interesting.
So I do use it to just follow a certain artists every once in a while, follow along for the mods that are coming out as well. God,
So I'm
hold on
waiting
to
for Heart of the Cards still. Coach, you get your ass on it. I know you're in here. I know you're watching.
Did you just knock on the mic?
And I about knocked it over, yeah. I had to turn my light on. It was getting dark in here.
Oh, just stream in the darkness. It's okay. It's all good.
It's bad for your eyes.
I mean, there's plenty of other bad things that you could be doing, but all right.
I could be smoking meth.
Oh, we're talking about mods. What's that mod that they're like? I don't know. It's set in a college or something like that. That one
That's
kind
not
of
a mod.
seems
That's an
interesting.
entirely different game.
Receiver,
Shut
I'm
up.
so fucking Receiver. I am so fucking ready for that game so much. I want a college experience. I have to let you know, I'm so ready for that.
We're putting out demos pretty quickly. We're gonna do the first 5 chapters. I think I said 4 on my interview here. First 5 chapters
5.
are gonna be the full demo. Gonna be put on Steam, and then we're gonna have to
Wait, it's actually
hammer
going
the
on
shit out of the
Steam?
rest. It's going on Steam.
Hell yeah. Still free
Yeah.
or just paid for the entire thing?
I think it is going to be paid. I don't know what the price will be. Probably not any more than Wani. I'd be very surprised. Zach
Hey,
just
30
needs
bucks
to
is-
recoup a bit because he has put money into it.
Hey, $30 is worth it. If that game is going to be, what is it? It's 3 endings per potential route. That's still 12 endings. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, we might even because Zach and I are both to sort of get it onto me. Sorry to take it from your interview. We're both just fucking insane. I realized that last night when I was talking to him. We both have feature creep, but in a manageable way. If you join his art streams, he'll do the most autistic, minute detail on an art asset, making it an entirely separate asset, and then I'll just do every single branching path in one go when I do a script.
That is entirely feasible, I think. That makes complete sense to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's doable, but it's God, it shouldn't be, objectively.
I mean, I have spent a little bit of money already on the Columbo mod. Mind you, I mean, that's just a mod.
Fortunately,
Yeah,
that won't make
Spy Master
anything
thing.
back.
Hmm?
That one will just make back exposure. You'll get paid in exposure.
Yeah, totally. Exposure, yes, the greatest payment. I don't expect anything. It's purely, I think, this concept deserves the most. It's very important to me.
I mean,
And who knows, we might make more Columbo episodes in this new universe one day, and I'll just reuse the assets.
that would be baller. That would be pretty fun.
Just writing Columbo with people, grab new writers for each episode. Yeah, that'd be cool, but, I mean, each one would take a month to do, probably.
Unless you get a severe high functioning writer into Columbo like Swanfather or Arlock.
Yeah,
Get them
yeah.
obsessed.
Yeah, that's going to be a tall order to get people obsessed with Columbo, I think.
Honestly, the only reason that I'm not able to just blow through it is because every other writing thing.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
tied up. Tharian's tied
Farian
up.
has an actual job.
Well, yeah, if Tharian's tied up, I'm not great at writing things like that. I can do a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, it's kind of. I've spread myself a little too thin at this rate, honestly. I kind of feel bad because I'm now juggling I think 4 active stories at the moment, which is a dumb thing to do. If anybody wants to write stories and is watching this, don't do what I did. It's fucking stupid.
I agree with
Just
that.
do
I
one
second
story at a
that.
time. Yeah, Swan would agree with me if he'd be on the stream. He's got 7? I don't know. He's got a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult for me to find other Columbo authors. But
Maybe.
yeah, maybe we'll just run into an executive producer role, and I just keep getting to use these, and maybe we'll just make a game about dinosaur Columbo solving crimes.
Wait, remind me, what species dino is Columbo going to be again?
He's a Stegoros.
Of course he is with you. Jesus, I should have.
No, he's not not a Stegosaurus, a Stegoros. Different
Wait,
animal.
Stegoros?
It's a different animal.
Don't fucking get him started.
It's a different animal.
You have
This dude
activated his
got on me
dinosaur-tism.
so bad for
God help
fucking
us all.
devlog, and then Zach was like, "What the fuck is this guy? Why does he keep asking me this?"
It's important to me.
Why does Stegoros look more like a bad Godzilla villain based off of Stegosauruses?
Oh, it both means roof lizard.
Fucking ancient Greeks were unoriginal as shit.
God, I love this stupid name conventions of dinos. I just love it. It's so bad. It's like whenever that sound clip came out of what Parasauruses actually sounded like, and it's just a foghorn effect.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a great Columbo design. Frankly, if you look in the chat, you'll see him do his thing.
Yeah, I see the Columbo design. That honestly does look pretty snoot. It looks appropriately snoot, I will say. Oh god, I just clicked on it and now it's doing he's doing the waggle, the finger waggle.
Yeah,
I will say that's actually pretty well done. Good job.
yeah. Thank Blake for that. Blake is a very talented artist.
The only other collaboration I've done is with Shuhan, who writes Killer Queen, about Parasaurus lore, I think.
Yeah, I've seen it. You've taken a channel here hostage.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it over. Deal with it. Yeah, writing just like random blurbs between two gibbering idiots about what becomes lore is both fun and entirely just not what I should be doing. I should be writing more stories.
In some of my free time, I do just learn about dinosaurs. Because I love dinosaurs, frankly. We all know this.
Yeah, I mean,
So if you need like actual biology stuff from the real animal, I'm your top guy. If I don't know it, I know where to find it.
yeah, that's fair. I mean, all I really know from dinos recently was from Ark. And
Ark
that's
is not exactly a good scientific resource.
Yeah, no, it's not. Not really. I kind of know that, but it's my most recent dip back into dino lore, dino facts, whatever you want to call it.
I'm gonna get crucified. I was never much into dinosaurs.
And whatnot. Those are real dinosaurs. They're not real. They're fake.
They need feathers. They need lots of feathers.
Tyrannosaurus could not support feathers because it would be too heavy and it would die of exhaustion. Maybe
Okay, see, that's
That's
something I did not know
A kilogram
about.
of steel or a kilogram of feathers?
What's heavier? A kilogram of steel.
It's a kilogram of feathers because you have to deal with what you did to those poor birds.
But it's steel. It's a kilogram of steel.
Yeah, but what about the emotional weight?
I don't understand.
God, I love that clip so goddamn much.
What are they? Helium balloons? I told you the car's not rated for helium balloons. Oh god, we've gone off the ground.
Fucking lovely me.
Oh fuck! I can't believe you've done this. Oh, so I do want to ask this real quick, even though I know it's my interview, sort of. Hey, receiver, who is your preferred character so far in devlog?
Oh, that's if I weren't writing for it and I just had to straight up go into it, I like Rebecca the most. I think writing wise, the most fun to do so because she's so, and you guys will see more of this in the later demos. She's so just genuinely naive and nice. Is Abigail? Abigail has a sort of view that it's like not so goddamn cynical. That is possible for me to write and like fulfilling to do so.
I think it's cute. I don't know who I'm going for.
I'm going.
Emily's the
Abigail.
hardest. If that isn't obvious from the most recent demo, She doesn't talk. I can't.
That's a challenge.
It is. We're gonna have her do like gesture stuff, and maybe
learned
eventually
this.
some sign language. But like, a lot of the endearment of her is gonna come from Zach doing the like little animations for her on screen.
So I will say, when I saw Rebecca in the most recent demo, talking about fan fiction and opening up from annoyed teenager to enthusiastic friend, I felt such nostalgia back whenever I was in college of just writing fan fiction and trying to turn people away because I just want to focus on fan fiction like an absolute moron rather than talk to people. And I felt so uncomfortable with seeing it portrayed so accurately. I just had to go, ooh boy, I don't like where this is
calling you
going.
out directly, by the way.
It's funny
Yeah.
because Zach even lamented it yesterday when we were talking about how he's putting out the demos. It's the best way to do it objectively, but chapter by chapter. Because when Chapter 2 came out, Humo and his crew played it or whatever, and I was watching their stream, and Jake went from like an entire character arc of fucking hating her to loving her by the end, and that just goes to show that it does take a couple of chapters. Our pacing is going to be closer to 1 even to see.
I mean, honestly, that just shows how well it was done. Like, legit, kudos. That shit works.
I'll get out of it.
It's also good that people were already fighting over the girls before 2 of them showed up. So
Oh God, yes, they were. I saw people going out for blood between just Rebecca and Abigail. And Abigail didn't have any speaking parts yet in Chapter 1.
Where's the route for the school counselor? Can I have that? Can I have a
We're gonna have
woman
to
that
get
sounds
them
like
mod.